And we're back with some more cases for the S25 Ultra, so let's check them out. What's up guys, welcome back to Michael's Tech Talk. So I've recently reviewed the Aulumu cases for the 16 Pro Max and now they're here for the S25 Ultra. So let's check them out. So I have the vegan leather case, I have the Aramid Fiber Case, and I have the frosted case as well. So let's get these unboxed. So this is the black vegan leather case. So if you recall, if you did see my iPhone video, I had the white version of this case. So this is the black version for the S25 Ultra. So we have all the black colors here. And Aramid Fiber, ooh, that is very nice. And then the frosted case. What is your type of case? Do you prefer leather? Do you like an Aramid Fiber? Do you like a frosted TPU case? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what your favorite is. So let's get these on the scale and get them weighed. So the vegan leather is weighing in at 44 grams. That's about normal. Aramid Fiber weighing in at 30 grams. Now that's to be expected because Aramid Fiber is pretty light, but that is quite a beefy metal camera guard on there, so that is to be expected. And then we've got our frosted case, and that weighs in at 45 grams. So I think we'll start with the vegan leather. So we'll just pop the S25 Ultra in here. We'll just take a quick look on the inside, and we've got this lovely lining on the inside to protect the back of that phone. We've got Alumu's brand on there, which is very nice. We have a little cooling pad here to help dissipate heat. So these are the cooling vents on the camera guard, which are pretty cool, and as you can see, they're see-through. Lovely. And then we have our metal camera guard there for those individual cutouts, so which I'm sure a lot of people will be very pleased about. Oh, and the buttons are coated as well, so they won't scrape your phone, if that's important. And that is very, very nice. That's a pretty nice case you can rock with. It doesn't really matter what color your phone is because it completely covers up the color, so you can get away with it if you just want a black leather case. Yeah, that's very, very nice. It covers all the way around the phone, so there's your cutouts for your USB-C, speakers, and your S Pen. S Pen is easily accessible. And then it goes all the way around, so it is a full bumper case. So we've cutouts there for our microphone at the top. And yeah, very, very nice, very sleek. So we'll just try the buttons. These are aluminium buttons. We'll just test them. Very clicky, tactile. They aren't as stiff. I did notice on the iPhone case, straight out of the box, the iPhone case was very, very stiff. These buttons aren't. These are really good. So we'll just try the fitment then. So we just take it at the corners, and it is quite a rigid case. So if we just listen for the click, yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can't fault that at all. So we just take the corners, we'll just do our twist test. So we just twist the phone, see if it pops out at the corners. And no, it's not popping out there. That's exactly what you want to see. And then if we just get a look at the screen lip then, so because it is a leather case, you are going to get a very minimal lip. I do have a screen protector on my S25 Ultra, so that gives you an indication of the sort of line you're going to get with a screen protector on your phone. But if you set it down flat, you are going to get that lift up flat protection. That's what you want to see. And then the camera guard, so the lenses do not protrude out at all, and it's quite a minimal camera guard as well, so you're going to get minimal rock when you set it down flat, and it is also going to keep them lenses up off the surface. That's what you want to see. Because this is vegan leather, it feels really, really nice. It's not slippery out of the box. There is a little bit of texture to it. And I will say it is nice to hold, and it doesn't feel like it's going to slip out my hand, which I do like. You've got these little grooves and these little details, which are very nice. The Aulumu branding, the cooling holes and things like that there. That's really... I like that. Those are nice touches. And of course, it is a MagSafe case, so we can do a MagSafe test. So we just get our trusty charger and stand, and there we go. So there's our rounded charging end, and it just cuts off, as you can see, at the camera guard, which is pretty good. So we'll just try these out. The magnets were pretty okay on the iPhone cases, so I'm hoping that these are the same. So let's just try it. Ooh. Jeepers. Yeah, they're okay. They're not the best magnets I've seen, but they're also not the worst. And if I just take the stand and see if the phone will take the weight of it. Yeah, well, it takes the full weight of that stand. That stand weighs over 200 grams. So, yeah. Takes a good few shakes to get that to come off. So, they're also not the strongest I've seen, but they're not the worst. And then we will just plug this charger in. Just to do a charging test. Pop that on. And wireless charging is coming through. And wow, how flat is my battery? Jeepers, oh. Charging is coming through there, no problem whatsoever. That's good. And then we'll do the S Pen test. So we'll just leave this on the charge for a little bit. And we'll just do a test with this charger on. Oh wow. Yeah, the interference is pretty bad on this one. Okay, is it? Okay, that's weird. So it seems the faster you go on the S Pen, the more interference it gives. But if you go really slow, you don't get any breaks. You don't get any drops. That's interesting. So basically, what I would say is this is a test. Yeah, I don't think you're really going to get much issues with writing notes, to be honest, with the S Pen. Final thoughts, it is a very sleek case. You don't really get a lot of leather options for the S25 Ultra. Even though this is vegan leather, it's still a decent option. We have these cooling vents to help keep it cool. If you're recording a lot of video or taking a lot of photographs, you're gaming, it'll help dissipate heat. It looks really good. It's got good buttons. It feels great. Yeah, I like it. I like that. That's the vegan leather from Aulumu. If that's not your bag and you want some ultra thin, slim goodness, then this is what you are going to want. This is the Aramid Fiber. And if you've watched this channel before, you'll know I love a bit of Aramid Fiber. Shock horror. This is very, very tasty. It is very sleek, very slim, and yeah, I like it. It has got the same cooling vents that the other vegan leather case has, which is pretty cool. It's got this little detail. It's got 25 CPU cooling, so that correlates to the S25, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like those little details. And then we've got Alumu's branding down here and another little vent. So yeah, it's nice. On the sides then, it's completely covered on this side, and then on the top we have a cutout there for our microphone, and then on the side the buttons are exposed. I would have maybe liked them to be covered, but yeah, is what it is. And then if we look at the bottom, now the bottom is massively exposed, and I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that or not. Even the corner, I would like even just a little bit more corner protection, and maybe that S Pen to be covered. I think it's just a little bit too exposed for my liking. So buttons are easily accessible. There's no buttons to test here, but the buttons are easily accessible. You can click them, no problem. So let's do the fitment test then. So we'll just try popping this off at the corner, and as you would anticipate, this is a very, very, oh, frick me, that's a very tight fitting case. So you need to pop it off at the bottom, and it is quite, oh. Whew. Yeah, that was quite difficult. It's not going to come off your phone very easy, put it that way. I think you're well protected if this is on your phone. Jeepers, it's that tight, can't even get it back on. Just do the twist test then, we take corners of the phone, and as expected, it doesn't move. That's crazy. Yeah, so the fitment's pretty good. Then your screen lip. You've next to no lip on this phone. This has a screen protector on, so it's pretty much flush with the edges of the case, so you're not going to get any set down flat protection there at all. Set that down flat, my screen protector is going to be touching that surface, so yep, that's worth keeping in mind if that's important to you. And then the camera guard. Lenses do not protrude out at all. It is raised up a little bit from the case, so you get good set down flat protection for those lenses. That's what you want to see. and a little tiny bit of rock, not a big issue. So the feel of this case, it is Aramid Fiber, it is going to be smooth, it is going to get fingerprinty. That's the nature of the beast. You smooth surfaces, they're going to get fingerprinty. Keep a microfiber cloth, you can just wipe them off, no problem at all. But it is very, very nice. It feels nice and sleek, and when you're holding it, it doesn't feel like it's easily going to slip out of your hand. I do like that. I do like the feel of Aramid Fiber myself. So it is a MagSafe case. We'll just check out the MagSafe strength. And this is a lot stronger than the leather case. I think this is down to this case being thinner. Takes the full weight of that stand, and the stand takes the full weight of the phone. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I think the thickness of this case is definitely a factor for the MagSafe strength. And then we'll just do the S Pen test. So without an accessory on, no problem. If we just pop this stand back on, yeah, we are getting a lot of interference there, even when you do it slowly. Yeah, that's not going to be good if you like to use your S Pen with MagSafe accessories. But without it, it's not bad. My final thoughts, the Aramid Fiber, it is nice. It has a funky design. We've got these little cooling vents. It is a little bit different. I do like it. I do like Aramid Fiber. My only complaint is I would like this to be more covered at the bottom. But yeah, it is still an ultra thin case. If that is the way you want to go, this is definitely a good option. And it looks cool. And then lastly is the frosted case. So this is the frosted TPU case. I really like the look of this case because it's got that frosted opaque look. It goes well with any color of phone. It hasn't got a P cutout, which is really good as well. So, and I think the design's pretty funky. Again, we've got cooling vent holes here and this little funky design. I do like it. It's pretty cool. On the side then we have our metal buttons, our machined metal buttons, which are clicky, tactile, responsive. That's what you want to see. And one thing I have noticed actually is we have a little side bumper here, which has a little bit of a texture, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And we'll just check the fitment then. So we'll just pop this off at the corner. So there is TPU case, so there's a little bit of flex to it, and we'll just check the click. Yeah, decent click. Yep, that's decent. So we'll just do the twist test. We just take the corners, we give the phone a twist. It doesn't pop out at the corners. That's what you want to see. Let's get a look at the screen lip. So it is consistent all the way around. You can see this phone does have a screen protector on, so you are going to get a little bit less of a lip than if you didn't have a screen protector, but you still are going to get that set down flat protection. That's what you want to see. And then on the back, the metal camera guard then, the lenses don't protrude out at all, and it is quite minimal as well, so you are going to get minimal rock. So if you set it down, those lenses aren't going to get roughed up, and it's not going to rock on your desk. It's pretty good. So the feel of the case, it is really, really smooth on the back. So smooth that it is slippery when you have your hands on the back of it. But like I mentioned previously, on the side bumpers, there is a little bit of a textured grip here, which I really, really appreciate, because the iPhone cases did not have this, and I said that was one of the biggest things that annoyed me about the iPhone case, was the side bumpers needed a bit of texture and it was a bit slippery. This changes that. This is definitely a lot nicer to hold than the iPhone case, and it is less slippery in your hand. So Aulumu, I'm glad you've listened. This is really good. Overall, the back of the case is still pretty slippery, but that texture on the side bumpers does make a difference when you're holding it, so that's good to see. And it is MagSafe case, so we can do a MagSafe test. So we'll just pop that on, and that's where the rounded off accessories, it just cuts off at the camera guard there. So if that's important to you, there you go. And magnets, I would say the magnet strength is the same as the leather case. This case is maybe a bit thicker. The magnets might not just be as strong, but it does take the full weight of the stand, so it's not going to fall off a car mount or anything like that in your car. So they're not fantastic, but they're not the worst. And then we'll just test this out. So the S Pen is definitely, without an accessory on, it is definitely a lot better. No issues there. And if we just pop it onto this stand, now that's actually not too bad. Not very much in the way of the drops there. Obviously if you do it a bit faster, it'll drop out a bit more, but That's not bad. That's actually the best of all these cases. That's really good. So, final thoughts then. Frosted case. I think the frosted case would be my favourite out of the three. Simply because they have made improvements. They've made the side bumper a little more grippy. It still looks really good. And S Pen works well. Feels good. Looks good. Can't complain. Yeah, I would definitely recommend the frosted case. So that is the Aulumu cases for the S25 Ultra. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below which is your favourite. Have you got any, or are you looking to pick any up? If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you're looking to pick these up, I will leave you affiliate links in the description down below. Affiliate links help support the channel. They don't cost you guys any more money. So if you do pick up using any of my links, thanks for your support. It's much appreciated. And if I have any discount codes for Aulumu, I will leave them also in the description down below. So go check it out. And that about wraps it up for this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, smash that like button for me. Don't forget to click that subscribe and ring that little bell to be notified of new videos just like this one. Keep locked to the channel. I have a lot more down-to-earth tech review and accessory videos coming for you, so stay tuned. And until the next one, I'll catch you later.